We often talk about how people reflect us, but if somebody is gaslighting us, how is that a reflection of you? You may be surprised at the answer. Hi, I'm Gail Marie from Six Dimensions of Healing, and I've been a spiritual counsellor for over 23 years now, helping people to find their purpose and meaning and direction in life. Have you ever met those people that you don't like and that you clash with? Silly question, right? We all have. When this happens, let me ask you a few questions. Are you quick to point the finger and say that they have serious problems? Or do you wonder about what this says about you? Or are you wise enough to understand that you're looking at an opportunity for growth? I know they're tough questions because we all fall into the blame and finger-pointing game really quickly, don't we? And sometimes we feel guilty about judging as it means there's a reflection of us there. But does it really? You see, there have been people I've clashed with in my life because I'm quite outspoken, and there probably always will be because it's a part of who I am. But recently, there was somebody that I needed to work with that became really obnoxious. I mean, a real asshole. By that I mean condescending, controlling, manipulative. Gaslighting is the term used now. And I seem to be the only one that noticed this. Actually, I know he didn't like me either. I'm not sure what his words would be to describe me, and I really don't think he'd say them to my face. So I'd only be guessing. And it doesn't matter anyway. How he feels about me is irrelevant. Or as the saying goes, what somebody thinks about you is none of your business. So my first reaction would be to say that this person is acting like a bully. He's controlling and condescending. But is he like that with everybody? And if so, why didn't others notice? Well, this is the magic of the universe. Even though I would like to say that gaslighting is his trait, and it is, what I'm noticing is how this behaviour affects me. Therefore, I know these behaviour traits have been designed specifically for me. They're a reflection of my life. Now stay with me. Because life is either happening to you or for you. You get to choose which one that is. If life is happening to you, then you feel helpless and you become a victim of your own environment. But if life is happening for you, then there's something here that is tailor-made just for you in this situation. And when you understand what that is, you'll move forward in leaps and bounds. When we feel life is happening to us, then we have a tendency to put people in a box. They're a bully or they're controlling, just because it's easier to justify how we feel. And it's not even the traits that I had to deal with, but how I felt about them when I was making that judgment. When somebody is controlling, I have a tendency to push back in a big way. Others may run and hide, but not me. I tend to stand up to bullies. And how do I feel about somebody who is condescending or gaslighting? I feel as though they're a bully. So, can you see that this isn't a simple reflection of, yes, I notice they're controlling, so I must be controlling as well? It's more of what happens to you when you experience the behaviour, and is that feeling okay with you? Because that's really the reflection of you and how you respond, not what others do. And I've noticed that when I push back, I'm not making rational or intuitive decisions anymore. This part disappoints me greatly because then I react instead of responding. And that's not okay with me because I've fallen into the trap of thinking that life is happening to me rather than for me. I'm a victim. The universe is in essence asking me two questions when I feel like this. Question 1. When I blame somebody else for how I feel, then what happens within me? And question 2. When I react in a particular way because of this, am I okay with that? Because the universe really is on your side. Your soul is always calling you in the direction of your soul's blueprint. It's just your agenda that's changed. The universe is all about expansion and reflection. And in this case, my agenda was more about being right, I have to say. Of course, the answer to the universe proudly asking me if I'm okay with how I'm feeling about this, it's absolutely not. I want to respond differently. So this was an opportunity to become better than I was before, which is what the universe is always delivering to us, an opportunity to expand beyond where we were yesterday and the day before that, to move towards the calling of our soul's purpose. Not to compare you with anybody else, but to help you expand along the path of your soul's blueprint. People are important in our lives, and not just because they help us to feel good when we're down, but they're largely unavoidable. And it's those ones you despise, the ones that press your buttons and those pains in the proverbial, that actually have the potential to help you grow faster. Because the reflection they give shows you the direction of your growth path. These reflections are opportunities, a lot like shiny gems that are hidden amongst the dirt somewhere. They're the opportunities that most people miss. And it's easy to point the finger to blame others for the behaviour you don't like seeing, because seeing it as arrogant and that's their problem. But blame comes easily, and it's from not seeing this as a unique opportunity tailor-made to find that shiny gem. However, now that you know what is being presented and why, you are more aware that these precious stones are hidden amongst the dirt all around you. So start digging away. So how do you respond when you find yourself angry at somebody or everybody or disappointed? Understand that there is something for you in every situation, because your soul is always calling you towards your soul's blueprint. So when you're ready, and it may take a little while, and that's okay, ask for a way that looking at this that feels better. In fact, I say I must be wrong because it doesn't feel good, so show me another way of looking at this. I don't want to sound like I'm an expert on this because I'm practicing all the time, but I am an expert at this practice and certainly not naive, and I'm not afraid of calling myself out instead of blaming somebody else on their stuff. To quote A Course in Miracles, if I think somebody else is wrong and I'm right, then I'm wrong, which means I look for a different way of looking at this situation. I want to be aligned with my soul, and if I'm feeling lousy, then that's the indicator that I'm not. When I've acted in a way that doesn't take responsibility for how I'm feeling by choosing to blame others, and I'm aware of it, well, then I'm just plain crazy. It's a world gone mad. You see, nobody can make you feel anything. There's always a choice, and I don't know about you, but I get disappointed if I'm allowing somebody else to determine my emotions, my moods, and because of this, my future. Because I'm the creator of my own reality, and if I'm allowing somebody else to influence my mood, then I'm handing my power over to another person. And they're a person I don't even like. My personal power is mine, so handing it over to somebody else by blaming them is not okay with me. So the question I'll put to you is handing your power over to somebody you don't like okay with you? And it shouldn't be. So if it's not, it's time to decide, is life working for you or to you? Because that automatically puts power back in your court. Thanks for joining me.